If you have found this treatise right now, at this precise moment in your timeline, it was not a coincidence, but an appointment scheduled by destiny and coordinated by the high hierarchies of solar wisdom. Thoth, the Lord of Supreme Knowledge, the thrice great scribe of the gods, has guided you here because your soul is finally mature enough to discover the true story of Kundalini, a truth that the institutions of power have kept jealously hidden for over 5 millennia. Pay the utmost attention, for at the very moment your eyes scan these lines, you may feel an unusual vibration, an electric thrill, or a sudden heat rising from the base of the spine toward the nape of the neck. This is not simple psychological suggestion, but your own vital energy instantly recognizing the frequencies of an ancestral knowledge that is about to be revealed after centuries of forced oblivion and systematic manipulation. For years I have deciphered Hermetic texts and Egyptian hieroglyphs, connecting the dots between seemingly distant initiatory traditions. What I have discovered about Kundalini completely overturns the commercial, watered-down, and superficial version of modern gym yoga. You are standing before activation codes that your soul already possesses deep within, but which were deliberately erased from your conscious memory to make you a passive cell. Prepare yourself, for you are about to remember who you truly are. Why has a force so devastating and powerful for human evolution been systematically removed from every spiritual tradition that has ever reached the West? In the ancient mystery schools of Egypt, where Thoth was revered as the guardian of the deepest Hermetic secrets, Kundalini was not called by this Sanskrit name, but was known as Ureas, the fire serpent that adorned the crowns of pharaohs and high-ranking initiated priests. The Ureas was not a simple decorative frieze or a symbol of royal status, but the physical representation of a telluric energy capable of literally transforming the neurological and dimensional structure of the human being. The Hermetic texts preserved in Alexandria before their destruction describe with surgical precision what happens during an authentic activation of the Ureas, a total reorganization of the central nervous system, the ignition of usually dormant brain regions, and, above all, the ability to access dimensions of consciousness that allow one to perceive the true nature of reality beyond the veil of dense matter. And it is precisely here that the problem lies for those who hold the reins of power. A human being with these activated abilities can neither be controlled, nor manipulated, nor indoctrinated by any temporal power system. He sees through illusions, understands the mechanisms of energetic submission, and develops an unshakable internal authority that requires no external validation to exist and shine. Claim your sovereignty by leaving a like and activating the hype under this video. This is your irrevocable vibrational commitment. With this concrete action, you declare that your soul is ready to shine with its own light, without waiting for external permissions. I will know that you have chosen not to turn back, and the universe will instantly recognize your new frequency. During the 4th century, when the Roman Empire adopted Christianity as its official religion, one of the first actions was the elimination of every trace of the Ureas awakening practices. Entire monasteries and libraries were set on fire, and initiates were persecuted as heretics. This pattern of suppression was repeated in the Middle Ages with the Inquisition, which aimed to target anyone showing signs of spontaneous energetic activation. What they called the demon was often an episode of Ureas awakening that was misunderstood and lacked guidance. When yoga reached the West in the 20th century, it was sanitized to make it acceptable. The real activation techniques were replaced by sterile variants focused only on stretching. Thoth, in the Hermopolis Papyri, describes Kundalini not as a simple electric shock, but as a conscious intelligence, a fraction of the universal mind implanted in the physical body to act as a biological update program. Each chakra, according to the Hermetic principle of correspondence, is a dimensional portal that, once irrigated by the fire serpent, throws open the access to levels of reality normally imperceptible. Imagine that your consciousness is a dark room. The awakening of this force is the lighting of a beacon that reveals every hidden corner, allowing you to act with an awareness that most of humanity cannot even dream of. Vanguard neuroscience is beginning to validate these ancestral teachings through the study of altered states of consciousness. Tomography studies have shown that, during authentic experiences of energetic awakening, usually silent brain regions suddenly show prodigious electrical activity. The pineal gland, which Thoth called the Eye of Horus, begins to produce neurochemical compounds that radically alter the perception of space and linear time. However, the authentic version taught by Thoth required a preparatory process that could last years, based on the total purification of the biological temple. The ancients knew that Kundalini is a force of such magnitude that it could literally burn the neurological circuits if the system has not been adequately trained. Imagine wanting to run industrial power plant voltage through the fragile wires of a domestic light bulb. The result would be immediate collapse. This is why transmutation protocols were created. Sequences of practices designed to strengthen the wiring of the nerves so they could withstand the heat of the divine flame without sustaining psychic damage, preparing the initiate for what Thoth called the marriage between earth and heaven within one's own spinal cord. There is a precise cosmic timing for the revelation of this knowledge, and according to Hermetic prophecies, we are exactly in the period defined as the Great Alchemical Transmutation. Planetary conditions are finally favorable to allow a mass awakening without the extreme risks of the past, provided the laws of internal sacred geometry are followed. The first fundamental Egyptian protocol is that of the preparation of the inner temple. Before any attempt at active awakening, you must understand that your body is a hermetic laboratory designed to house the divinity. For 7 consecutive days, you must limit yourself to observing your natural breath without ever trying to modify it. Thoth taught that the breath is the invisible bridge between the physical and etheric dimensions. During this phase of passive observation, you might notice tingling at the base of the spine. It is the Ureas responding to your conscious attention. Subsequently, you must proceed to the purification of the energetic portals through the elemental protocols that root the transcendental experience in the dense matter of your cellular tissues. Do not be in a hurry. Haste is the child of the ego, while Kundalini responds only to the solemn patience of one who knows they are eternal. Let us now delve into the purification of the root chakra, the Muladhara. You must practice earth grounding by walking barefoot on the bare earth for at least 20 minutes a day, visualizing energetic roots that descend from your feet to the crystal heart of the earth. During this process, firmly declare, "I am safe in welcoming my ancestral power." For the sacral chakra, use the technique of living water. Drink purified water while visualizing a golden liquid flowing 2 inches below the navel, dissolving every creative or sexual block. Thoth taught that Kundalini feeds on the purity of internal elements. If these are intoxicated by low emotions, the serpent will remain coiled upon itself for protection. The solar plexus requires the protocol of the solar fire. At dawn, facing east, visualize the sun's rays entering the stomach, creating an invincible sphere of golden fire that burns away every fear. The heart chakra is activated by placing your right hand on your chest and repeating, "My heart is a portal toward universal love," while you visualize an emerald green light pulsing in perfect synchrony with your heartbeat, expanding your aura toward infinity. For the throat, Thoth recommended the chanting of sacred vowels, A-E, E-E, I-O. Precise frequencies that activate dormant DNA codes linked to multidimensional communication and the ability to manifest reality through sound. The third eye is prepared by gently pressing the point between the eyebrows and visualizing an intense violet light, while the crown opens by perceiving a constant flow of white light penetrating from above, recalibrating your mind to the pure frequency of the nous. Only after completing this elemental purification can you proceed to the actual activation, which Thoth called the awakening of the fire serpent. Sit with your back perfectly straight and visualize the golden serpent asleep at the base of the spine. Do not force the ascent, do not visualize abrupt movements. Limit yourself to observing this image with immense respect and care. Breathe deeply and, with each exhalation, mentally whisper, "Awaken when it is safe, awaken when it is necessary, I am ready to embrace my destiny." Kundalini will know to spring upward at the perfect instant to complete the alchemical work of your biological transmutation, bringing with it a clarity that will transform your every challenge into a lesson of power. Every individual who awakens their Kundalini in a harmonic way instantly becomes a transmitting antenna for the new planetary frequency. You are not doing this only for your own well-being, but to participate in a cosmic mission of collective transformation. The ancient Egyptians understood that awakened consciousnesses act as repeaters. When you activate your potential, you begin to radiate a vibration that facilitates the awakening of the people around you, creating a domino effect in the Earth's morphogenetic field. This is why you have been feeling so attracted to this knowledge lately. You have been magnetically drawn toward your support network on this evolutionary journey. This is not megalomania, but the cellular memory of a solemn commitment made before your current birth. Your transformation is like a drop falling into a calm ocean. The waves you generate will expand until they touch every living being, carrying a message of hope and strength that needs no words to be understood. You have become a guardian of the frequency, an anchor point for the divine light in a world that is going through its deepest night. The path that opens before you is not just about your inner change, but about your ability to become a bridge of light capable of making awakening safe for millions of other human beings. Thoth describes, in his chronicles, the awakened as souls incarnated in this time span to serve as catalysts during the Great Convergence. Your participation in this process is the fundamental reason why you chose to be born right now. The awakening of your Kundalini is at once your royal birthright and your highest responsibility to the universe. At this precise moment, I invite you to perform an act of power. Close your eyes for 30 seconds. Perceive your spine as a golden crystal channel connecting the Earth's core to the heart of heaven, and repeat with conviction, I recognize the wisdom of Thoth living in my bones, and I awaken the flame of my truth. Feel the energy flowing. Feel life repossessing your temple. You are no longer the same as before. You are an initiate ready to walk in the glory of your own spiritual sovereignty. You are now a warrior of consciousness who has decided to no longer hide behind the masks of imposed normality. The power has legitimately returned to your hands, and the fire serpent is ready to illuminate every dark corner of your inner temple. Use this force with extreme integrity, as Kundalini amplifies everything you carry in your heart. Do not be afraid of the radical change that will result from this awakening. Old relationships may fall away and new paths may open, but every transformation will be aimed at the manifestation of your original glory. You are here to shine and to remind humanity that divinity is a vibrant force flowing in the veins of those who have the courage to stay awake. Walk with your head held high, knowing you are supported by Thoth and by legions of beings of light who celebrate your return to absolute sovereignty. Your life is your masterpiece, and the awakening of Ureas is the moment when colors become vivid and form becomes eternal. Do not allow anyone to tell you that you are limited. You are the infinite that chose to experience the finite, and now you have finally remembered how to return to your original vastness. To fully understand the magnitude of this transformation, imagine your body as an ancient cathedral whose windows have remained covered in soot for centuries. The awakening of Ureas is the act of supreme cleansing. The divine light returns to filter through your senses, coloring reality with shades you would never have imagined. When the energy rises, it restructures the biological water of your organism, making it a liquid crystal capable of transmitting cosmic information at very high speed. This process of epigenetic recalibration has the power to turn off the genes linked to disease and aging, turning on those of longevity. Thoth taught that death is only an optical illusion for those who have learned to crystallize their vital energy. True youth is not the absence of wrinkles, but the flexibility of your energy channels and the capacity of your mind to remain fluid and open to the infinite. Be the rigorous guardian of your energetic space. Protect your crystallization as the most precious treasure you possess, and observe with wonder as life itself begins to dance to the harmonic rhythm of your new, magnificent emerald vibration. Finally, consider the parable of the silent alchemist. He did not seek to turn lead into gold out of greed, but to demonstrate that even the densest matter can be elevated to the purity of spirit through knowledge of hermetic laws. You are that alchemist, and your physical body is the raw material to be transmuted in the crucible of daily life. Every challenge you encounter is a necessary step toward the creation of the philosopher's stone that resides in the core of your heart. Seek no more masters outside yourself, for Sophia Hakma already speaks through your intuition, and Thoth records your every progress in the books of eternity. The 5,000-year secret is now part of your awakened awareness. Use it to heal yourself and to guide humanity toward its next evolutionary octave. This initiatory journey for you is only the sacred moment of birth into your new sovereign self. Walk with the pride of one who has found their home among the stars and act with the quiet strength of one who knows they are immortal. The journey is eternal, the light is invincible, and you have finally returned to the radiant center of your being, where the serpent and the dove unite in a sacred marriage that nothing can ever dim. I thank you with immense honor, knowing that your conscious presence is the pillar upon which this planetary awakening rests. Consecrate this revelation by leaving a like, subscribe to navigate Thoth's next wisdom portals together, and comment now with the key phrase, "My flame is awakened," to seal your intent before the energetic witnesses of the quantum field. May your inner coherence be the inviolable beacon that guides your every step toward the most daring, radiant, and unlimited expression of your truth, while the abundance of Sophia Chakra floods every regenerated cell of yours. May your essence resonate with the melody of the spheres and your path be a work of art sculpted in perennial light. Inhabit your glory and look back no more. See you soon.